We are looking at Alex's butterfly below the water, commentary by Coach Chris. So we're watching it at full speed. And I'm not saying anything because I just want you to watch your hands. And I wanted to see if you can see where you're getting the pause at. Where you're struggling to keep that stroke flowing. Let's do that again. I want to do that again at full speed. So watch close. Watch your hands. Just watch the angle they're entering from the strokes where you're surging forward and the ones where you can see yourself slow down. Do you see it? All right, let's go back. We'll slow it down. Good stroke. Shallow hands. Deep hands. We're getting stuck underwater. Shallow hands. Good stroke. Deep hands. Getting stuck underwater. Good hands. Shallow stroke. Deep hands. Getting stuck underwater. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Okay, do you see when it's happening? Following that breath. Look how deep that pull is. All right, let's go back to a better angle. Okay, so again, I just want you to pay attention. So there's that. The deep hands. There's the shallow hands when you don't breathe. And you're pressing into a breath. See the difference? Draw another line. That is over a foot of water. And when you're not breathing, going into a breath, what I'm seeing is your hands are doing exactly what we want them to do. This is, along with the sweeping out, one of the fundamental issues with your butterfly. And it's common. I see this with all the kids that struggle with fly. This exact thing. But I want you to see it because it doesn't help me to see it. I already know what it is. See? Look at the angle. You're pressing. You're trying to press down. These arms in this position should be here. They should be sweeping right up at the surface. But you're angling way down. No breath. Look at how shallow they stay when you take that. When you recover no breath and pull into a breath, your hands do exactly what we want them to do. But then when you take a breath and go into a no breath, your hands don't catch enough, early enough. You're trying to press your head too deep. And you're getting too deep with it. And this actually is a better view because it's changing a little bit. See, remember the above water video? I said push all the way back. That's not the issue. This clarifies it. So kind of disregard that because you're pushing all the way back. What's the problem? You push all the way back and your hands are still 4 inches underwater because you started out so deep to begin with. So here your hands have pushed all the way back. And now we're going to frame forward. It looks like you're sweeping out early. You're not. You're actually sweeping out from a full back, from all the way back. But because you're still 4 inches underwater, your hands are actually pushing through the water. Which is worse? because it means you're actually pushing the water for the first, that looks like 8 inches, 10 inches of your butterfly recovery on these strokes. So this is where we're losing a lot of our momentum. And this is making your butterfly 10 times harder to do. This is why you're working so hard at it and you don't feel like you're going anywhere. So, and you're doing a wonderful job of developing this stuff. The pieces are there. We just got to tweak a few things and everything will fall into place. And the big thing we got to tweak is that stroke after the breath where you're going way too deep. We got to, if we can fix that, Alex, your butterfly is going to take off. That I can guarantee. We got to keep you from diving down like that. And you're even doing it on that turn stroke. So, mechanics of the turn look great. Look at that. That's textbook. That looks good. I know you've worked hard on that. That looks really good. Patient on the glide. I've watched so many videos today. You're the second person who's done a really good patient glide on that dolphin kick out. Look how tight that streamline is. This is the stuff we've worked a year on and you've gotten so good at. Keep working on this. Keep developing it. Keep trying to get it into your races. This looks great. I know you don't think you have a good dolphin kick. And with a board, I think I'd have to agree with you. But with this underwater kick, that's pretty good. The reason you're not moving very much, or don't feel like you're moving as much, is because it's a little bit too upper body. We want to keep this part of our body completely still. But watch how much it moves as we frame forward. See that? See how it's kind of moving? Let's go back a little earlier though, because we're getting on our breakout. So watch the upper body. From the ribs up, see how it's moving to start the kick? Quiet the hands, quiet the upper body. From the ribs up, just keep it still. From the top of the stomach down, ribs down, that's where we get nice and flexible. That's where we drive the kick. Ribs up, you need to be completely still, completely stable. See? That's what it's actually resisting the kick when you do that worm, that wave motion. A little impatient on the breakout. See how you separate your hands and you're still about a foot underwater? But I think that's kind of related to that stroke issue right there where we're pulling too deep. So that's it. I mean, Alex, we're looking at this on your butterfly. That is, every other piece is there. Your timing on your breath is right. Your timing on your kick is looking pretty good. I think the only thing that's wrong is that one stroke when you finish your breath and you drive your hands and head and shoulders too deep underwater. So that's the major thing. If we can fix that, and I think you can. It's just going to take focus. It's going to take you to try and slow down your fly a little bit, try and figure it out, and figure out what you need to tweak. You know, I wish I could just give you the answer for what you need to feel like you're doing to get that. But all I can tell you is what I see. You need to try not to press your chest and shoulders and hands that deep at that angle after the breath. Reach more forward and out. You want to submerge your head and chest by pushing them down, but you don't want to push them down that deep in the water. You want to get them underwater, just under the surface. More forward than down. So just chopping down a little too much on those strokes. And I think that's causing everything. It's causing the problem with the breathing being hard to time. You're getting rushed for that breath because, like I said on the above video, it looks like you're sweeping out, but you're not. You're just going so deep after that stroke that you're pushing through and then pushing out to the side. And you're not really getting a chance to finish that stroke. So something to think about, something to work on. But like I said, over the course of a year, your fly's come a long way. And you've done a really good job of trying to get a fundamental grasp of a lot of what we're trying to work on with this butterfly. You do have an understanding of the timing. You do have a feel for it. You do have an understanding of the timing of the kick. All the most important things we've worked on, and you've developed that kick out to be really, really effective. We're just talking small tweaks here and there really help improve that stuff. Like all the pieces are falling in place. We just have a few pieces missing that we got to get to fall in place. And then you'll have a really picturesque butterfly. So keep working on it. You're doing a great job. We just got to keep working and we'll get this thing down. So great job, Alex. I'll see you at practice tonight.